Hello, dear friends. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 steps to name your offer. Within this episode, we're going to be talking about the formula for naming your offer, questions to make your offer really valuable for your people, and how to create a movement around your business. Now, one of the things that I get a lot of questions about is when you're creating a simple offer, why? Why is it one offer instead of many offers? And one of the things that I want you to consider is when you are creating an offer, I want you to think about that offer as it makes it so much easier to market your business. And one of the things that I found is that a lot of times we create wonderful multitudes of offers because we think we're going to be accommodating to people. We think that it's going to be helpful for them to have lots of options. And sadly, a confused mind always says no. So if you have a bunch of different offers and they're trying to decide between 6 months, if they're trying to decide between 3 months, if it's a group, if it's a one-on-one offer, one of the things that I found is that you want to create one offer around your business that is very simple for people to say yes to because it's not a good thing to do for a potential client. I want you to imagine coming onto a call and having like 6 different options for something. This actually happened to me recently. I was thinking about doing a group that a friend of mine recommended to me. And there were so many different decisions. There were so many different things that I could opt into that I was like, oh man, that's a lot. Let me think about it. And because it was so much, I actually honestly, until we were talking about it right now, I honestly forgot about the program entirely and I ended up working with other people. So I just don't want that to be you guys. You have an amazing service. You can absolutely help people. And I don't want you to get passed over for something as simple as not having a clear, simple offer. The other thing is you want to create something that if you haven't heard the last week's episode or just the outro for any of these episodes, I'm always talking about testimonials. So if you've got a testimonial, you want to create your it's not brand awareness. I was like proof of concept that you can create results for people with a specific offer. One of the things that I found really challenging, not really challenging, but something that was interesting is that like when I shifted from general life coaching to business coaching, I had a bunch of testimonials from people who had just gotten general life coaching. And what happened is like when I was selling my business coaching, people were like, "Oh, have you gotten results for business owners? Have how many hours do your business owners actually work? How much money have they made?" And for me, I didn't necessarily have that proof of concept. And if I had had multiple offers at the time, I wouldn't have been able to clearly state, here are the exact results you get from working with me. You will know exactly how to market, you will know how to sell, you will know how to manage your leads, and you will know how to plan. It's a very simple yes, because those are the very clear aspects of my business. I talked about creating a simple offer in episode 2. And within that, you want to have something that's really clear and simple with things that you are really getting known for in the industry that you are in. You want to create that brand name recognition and proof of concept with your people. So it's important to have a one offer for a consult in your sales process. It is important to have one offer for your testimonials and when you're talking about the leads that are coming in, so that they have proof of concept that you actually can get results for an offer. And you also make your marketing so much easier. Remember, it takes people on average they only see 13% of what you post. And it takes people 17 times on average to see your offer in order to buy. So let's say you're like, okay, I decided I'm going to do this like mini program and I'm going to sell this. And then I'm going to do an event and I'm going to sell this. And then I'm going to do a giveaway and I'm going to sell this. And then I'm going to do a month group coaching program and I'm going to sell this. And it's just chaotic. So not only are you not serving your people, but you also are putting so many different offers. I was actually a different program that just jogged my memory. I was talking with another friend and we were looking at somebody's social media and it was so pretty. It was so aesthetic. I loved it. I was like, this is excellent. I'm like loving it. And we had no idea what she was selling. Really beautiful page. I was interested. And because she didn't have a clear offer, it was not clearly stated anywhere on her page. I would never buy from her. I'm not going to do personally. I don't know about you guys, but as a consumer, I want things to be easy for me too, because I'm busy. I've got a life. When I'm thinking about investing with people, I'm not doing a lot of times like I don't want to have to dig. I don't want to have to do the work. My dad sometimes says like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, because a lot of times he like at restaurants, I'm vegetarian at the moment, and my family is not vegetarian. And like if they ever have something on the menu, like cracked, like you have to crack your own crab leg, or you have to get your own, like, I don't know, like you have to do your work for the meal that you're having. What happens is people are like, my dad is like, yeah, I'm never going to order something like that. I want it to be easy. I want it to be simple to consume because that's just the way he prefers to consume things. And I want you to think about your consumers like that too. Make it easy for them. Create little bite sized pieces of information with one clear thing that they're going to be getting, and it makes it a lot easier. So, simple sells. What is the formula to create your offer then? So, if you're sold on creating an offer, here is the offer formula. You ready? One way that you can name your offer is to first think about who it's for and have an adjective to describe them. Okay. Then you want to think about the ultimate time frame, the ultimate result, the ultimate cost, and then potentially a piece of information about what the program would be like. So, for instance, if I'm thinking about who it's for, it could be moms, it could be coaches, it could be um, women, whatever that subset is, you could have your who it's for listed there. From there, then you could also think about an adjective. You can think like perimenopausal. One of my clients in the past, it was curvy girl dating. So curvy girl could be an adjective. Ambitious could be an adjective. And then I also like to have like the ultimate result or program. So for me, like words like initiative were really compelling when I was doing one-on-one coaching because it was inspiring a movement. System, obviously, what I have now. If you have a program, say program. You could also say mastermind. You could say group. You could say process, something like that to name your offer. It makes you stand out in your industry. So, for instance, here are some examples of some programs that I have participated in and mine as well. So, if you just think about my programs, in my program, it is called Six Figure Systems. Who it's for, people who want to make six figures, and what it is, it's the systems for it. Very clear, very succinct, and it is simple. Within my old coaching program, when I was a general life coach, I had the Career Fulfillment Initiative. It was for people. And it was funny. It was like, if you have a career, great. Even if you don't have a career, it's still for you. I was coaching kids in college and like people who were retired and coming out of retirement, all these different things. And so an initiative, it creates like this like excitement, this inertia, this move, like, I don't know, excitement around it, you know? One of the other programs that I invested in was the 200K mastermind. I had ambitions to make 200K. I have now since done that, which is very exciting in one 12-month period. And within that, it's a mastermind. So it tells me already when I'm hearing about it, I'm like, oh, yep, I'm identifying myself as a person who is a target person for this audience, for this market. And I also wanted a group coaching aspect. So that was helpful. Another program that I did, which is sadly now discontinued, it was a very good program, was called Online Coach Accelerator. I did that back in 2021, and it was for people who are online coaches who wanted to accelerate their businesses. Very simple, but very helpful. My coach, Jackie, initially had the Profitable Yoga Boss group. It was for yogis that wanted to be profitable, and it was a group coaching program. The Get Over Your Ex program was a program that I invested in as soon as I went through a breakup because I wanted to get over my ex. That was like a huge thing. And so it was very clear that, of course, I'm going to opt into something if it sounds like it's for me. And that is the way that you can name your program as well. So that's the formula, who it's for in an adjective, and what is the ultimate result, time frame, or cost. That is the little 3-step formula. Then from there, I want you to think about these questions to make your offer a little bit more valuable. So I want you to think about when you're selling your business, when you're talking about this offer that you've just named, I want you to think about these 4 questions. What, how, who, and why. So I want you to think about what is the problem that your product solves? What things do you do specifically that makes you stand out? How are you going to solve the problem for them? Who are you solving the problem for? And why is it important that their problem be solved? And I want you to think about, like, people are spending money on everything. Why is investing with you? You can think about, like, why is it the best thing for them to be doing with the money that they have? Or you can think about, why is it something that's just a really good investment that's going to last them more than just the time that they're working with you? Because that's the beauty of service-based businesses. Yes, we are an investment, but it is an investment. It's not just a payment. So one of the things that's really neat with that is you are going to actually have, they're going to have lasting results that last even longer than their time that they work with you. They're going to be able to actually have a really wonderful experience that will change them for way longer. Like, for instance, with my business, Six Figure Systems, when you invest in it, you've got the skills for life. It's like an education or things like that. You actually learn things that then benefit you for later. So when you think about the what for me, it's like I help people create successful, the what for Six Figure Systems is I help people create simple, successful, and enjoyable businesses. How do I do that? I teach people how to refine a strong foundation. I help them simplify systems. I help them launch a profitable offer and plan for a fulfilling future with their business. Who this works best for is solopreneurs and entrepreneurs that have side hustles or startups. So they're either part-time or full-time in their business. And why is this so important? This is going to be important so that you are able to manage your mind and resources and have the methods that you need to scale and truly enjoy your business. So those are my little questions to help make your offer even more valuable. And last but not least, I want to talk to you about how to create a movement around your business. Why is it so important for you? Why did you decide to start this business? There are many ways that you can make money in the world, but for you, this business is more, most of the time when we start a service-based business, it's because we feel this passion, this drive, or you have a gift that's clear that you're like, oh, I feel like this is something I really want to do. It's something I really love. And I want to pursue this and help other people with it. So I want you to think about your business and I want you to come up with a big why statement because what your offer is already going to be very compelling just by having a really cool name for it. But I want you to think about the bigger picture. What is the legacy that you're hoping to create with this business? And when you do that, you're able to create a movement behind you. One of my clients, she like coaches single women and she calls it women. It's like SWAC, I think it is, or swank. Because dual income, no kids. Dinks is like a nickname. I'd never heard of this before her, but it was like really cool. So she was thinking about calling her people the single people that she coaches, she's helping them to, she's leading a movement of single women. And it's so powerful and it's so strong. And you can just feel that within her. For me, when I learned that only 20% of solopreneurs made six figures, I was like, what? That is ridiculous. And I found out that the majority of entrepreneurs say that they work more than 40 hours a week. 86%. When I found out that statistic, I was just shocked. And because when I first thought about starting a business, I always heard that like you're not going to make a lot of money and you're going to work all the time. And it's like statistically, as far as 2023 stats, they are leaning that way. That stereotype is statistically right now is a standard. And I want to change that. I am so passionate about this movement that we're all creating. Whereas if you have this beautiful contribution that you want to make in the world, I do not want you to take a pay cut and or work all the time in order to create this beautiful contribution in the world. I want people to have it all. And when I think about that, it drives me and my business so much so. I feel a fire in my heart. I think about generations from now, how I want more people to be entrepreneurs and I want them to be learning the solopreneurs. I want it to be something at this point in my life. I've got this idea that like this needs to be taught in schools. So I'm like, how can I get this to more people? How can I create this as a cultural and societal norm that more people are seeking out? Because it is so possible and it's so beautiful. And when I think about people investing with small business owners, I just see the passion in the small business owner's eyes. I know how much you care about your clients and about your customers. And I want that to be what our economic shift is for years to come. I want that to shift to being more in the small business owner's hands so that we can have a really beautiful, productive economy and society of people that are investing in people who really care about them. So for me, I get really like, just like thinking about like having my kids say that they want to have a business. And instead of everyone around them being like, oh, don't start a business, it's really hard. I want people to be like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. You should totally pursue your passions and dreams. Like that gets me lit up and so excited. And I feel like that's a movement that I want to make. That's the six figure systems movement that I've started. And it's how to make more of an impact and income in less time. It's really important to me. So I want you to think about you. What is the movement? What are you trying to create in the world? And even if you are a person who is like has a general niche, for instance, like for me, it's like I just wanted to have when I had the career fulfillment initiative, I was so passionate that if people were able to manage their minds through coaching, if they were able to overcome burnout, if they were able to know how to manage their time, if they actually create work-life balance, if they knew how to generate confidence, and if they had a long-term plan, they would be so much more fulfilled for their lives. They would have this beautiful moment where they would actually feel like their contribution in the world was making an impact. And that's why it was actually a really easy jump for me because the contribution just went from being it for a company for you that for instead of coaching people to make a contribution for a larger entity, now it's just creating an impact for one, or a small team of entrepreneurs. So that is the important things that I want you to think about. How are you creating a movement around your business? The questions that you can ask yourself to create a really strong offer that's extremely valuable for your people. And last but not least, the formula to create your offer. I hope this has been very helpful for you. Please reach out if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.